I wasn't angry with Julian. I was furious. I'd spent the whole day wondering and worrying about what he was up to while I'd coped with learning what I truly was. Meanwhile, he'd been plotting all of this. Even the proposal. I pushed away the pain of that to focus on my outrage and anger. It took longer than it should have to get away from the ball since everyone wanted to congratulate us. I'd seen a few of the people here at other events, but they were all strangers. Julian's brothers were nowhere to be found, and Jacqueline was late. By the time Julian darted out an open patio door, my face ached from my forced smile. I let it fall as we made our way across a covered stone courtyard. Strings of lights hung across the vaulted wood ceiling, adding a warm glow. I see plenty of dark corners, I muttered as he kept going.
I assume you want some privacy.
His words were flat and cautious. He knew why I wanted to be alone with him. Maybe that's why he guided me down stone steps into a lush garden below. Julian paused as we reached the bottom and turned to me. I protested as he stooped and reached for my leg. What do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. I'm not trying to have my way with your ankle, he said dryly as his fingers wrapped around it and he gestured for me to lift my foot.
Good. I crossed my arms to show I was in no mood. Julian slipped my heel off, then reached for the other. I groaned with relief as I wiggled my toes. The gold heels were very beautiful, but very tall, and an hour wearing them on the hard marble floor inside had made my feet throb.
Better?
He straightened, his fingers hooked under my heels. I nodded but refused to smile. But I'm still mad at you.
I know.
His teeth raked over his lower lip like he was biting back a smirk. At least he had some survival instinct.
I didn't want to make you anxious about tonight.
So instead you humiliated me? I demanded. I didn't wait for him to answer before I continued into the garden. My bare feet sank into the plush blanket of grass, which was surprisingly cool given the temperature. I wrapped my arms around my shoulders and looked up at the night sky. There were so many people nearby, but I felt alone. Here, amongst vampires and witches, I only had one person to talk to about how I was feeling. How was I supposed to talk to him when he was the reason I was upset?
Are you cold?
Julian asked as he joined me. I shook my head. You shouldn't have done that.
I know.
He took a deep breath and maintained a slight distance.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it would humiliate you.
Genuine frustration coated his words, and I felt the tug of our mating bond. He meant it. He was hurting. He needed me. Right now, he probably felt the same urge. But I resisted its call.